So here question is that the next type is hybrid and multiple inheritance. So why we are not inheriting a single class from two parent class in Java? So in Java not support multiple inheritance. So why Java not support multiple inheritance? So there are some reasons. To reduce the complexity and simplify the language, multiple inheritance is not supported in Java because multiple inheritance produce some problem if the method name is the same. Consider a scenario where A, B, and C are three classes. The class C inherit A and B. We have two parent classes A and B, and we are going to inherit, we are going to extend A and B by C. So we have two parent classes and we have one child class C. If A and B classes have the same method and you call it from child class object, there will be ambiguity to call the method of A or B. If we have a method with the same name, then it can create problem. If we not have a method with the same name, so there should not be any ambiguity, but still in order to reduce the chances of runtime error, so Java not support this type of condition. If we have same method or different method, but we cannot implement multiple inheritance in Java. Since compile time errors are better than runtime error, so we will receive compile time error if we are going to do multiple inheritance in Java. So runtime error is dangerous and compile time error is better than runtime error. The programmer can correct compile time error very easily, but Java Java will get compile time, will generate compile time error if you inherit two classes by a single class. So whether you have same method or different, there will be compile time error. As we stated at the start of the lecture that method overloading is not possible by changing the return type of the method only. So here we are going to discuss this question why it is not possible. So the answer is that in Java method overloading is not possible by changing the return type of the method only because of ambiguity. So the answer is because of ambiguity. Let's see how ambiguity may occur. We have a class adder and we have method add with two integer arguments. Again we have another method. We keep the return type different but we keep the number of arguments similar. And we have another class test overloading which containing the main method, and here we are calling. So now the name is similar and both of the type and the number of arguments are similar, so the compiler become confused here which method to call, so it creates ambiguity and the output it results in compile time error and give the message that method add is already defined in class adder. Because it is already defined in class adder, so they will be unable to call the method if they have the same number of arguments and same type of arguments. So either we have to change the type of arguments or the number of arguments, then we can implement method overloading. So method overloading is not possible if we change the return type of the method only. Why it's not possible? So the answer is because of ambiguity. Can we overload Java main method? So here we have another question if regarding overloading the main method. So can we overload the main method? So the answer is yes. we can overload the main method. You can have any number of main method in a class by method overloading. But JVM calls main method which receives string array as arguments only. You can have multiple implementation of the main method, but the Java virtual machine will call only that method which receives string arguments or string as arguments, string array as arguments only, which can receive string array as arguments only. Okay, so we have example. We have a class test overloading for, and we have public static void main, the first method which have the string array as a arguments. We have another main method which have string arguments but not array as an argument, and we have another method which not taking any arguments. So as we discuss in this bullet, that JVM will call only the method which receive the string array as an argument. So we will receive the output main with string and the array symbol. So they will call the first implementation of the method. So if someone asks you a question, can we overload Java main method? So the answer is yes. But which main method will be called by JVM? The method which receive the string array as an argument. Now let's discuss one question. Can we override static method? So the answer is no. A static method cannot be overridden. Because why it cannot be overridden? So why we cannot override the static method? So the answer is that it is because the static method is bound with a class, whereas instance method is bound with object. So static method have a close bond with class, where instance method is bound with object. Static belong to the class area. It is defined in the stack, while an instance belong to the heap area. Can we, another question, can we override Java main method? So the answer is no, because the main method is a static method. So we can overload the main method, but we cannot override. Now let's answer a simple question. As we have discussed in the previous inheritance topic, that multiple inheritance is not supported through class in Java, but it is possible by an interface. So why multiple inheritance in Java is not possible through class, and why it is possible through interface? So the simple answer is that if we are going to achieve multiple inheritance through class, so there will be ambiguity. So because of the ambiguity, we will receive a compiler error. So we say multiple inheritance in Java through class is not allowed. We cannot achieve multiple inheritance through class in Java, but through interface we can achieve multiple inheritance, because there will be no ambiguity if we are going to achieve multiple inheritance through interfaces. The reason is that the implementation of the interface is provided by the class, not by the interface itself. So the answer to question multiple inheritance is not supported through class in Java. So the answer is that multiple inheritance is not supported in the case of class because of ambiguity. And why it is possible through interface? So the answer is that it is supported in case of an interface because there is no ambiguity. So why there is no ambiguity? So the answer is that it is because its implementation is provided by implementation class. The interface not have any implementation. Its implementation is provided in the interface class. Here we have another question. What is marker or tag interface? So the answer is that an interface which have no member is known as marker or tag interface. For example, serializable, clonable or remote. These are the example of tag or marker interface. They just pass some information to the Java virtual machine. They are used. The marker or tag interface are used to provide some essential information to the Java virtual machine so that Java virtual machine may perform some useful operation like we use serializable, clonable or remote. So these are the advanced concepts which through serializable and deserializable we can also create object, and the remote we will use in the remote method in the client server communication. So the marker or tag interface are that which have no member, and it only can pass some information to the Java virtual machine. This is an example of a marker or tag interface, and the name is serializable. How to access package from another package? So the answer is there are three ways to access the package from outside the package. The first one is import package dot star, import package dot class name, fully qualified name. These are the three methods in which we access the package from outside the package. So let's discuss the first method using package name dot star. If you use package dot star, then all the classes and interfaces of this package will be accessible except the sub package. It means you can, when you using package name dot star method, then you will be able to access the classes and interfaces, but you will not be able to access the sub package of the package. The import keyword is used to make the classes and interface of another package accessible to the current package. How to put two public classes in a package? So the answer is very similar. If you want to put two public classes in a package, have two Java source file, then you need to create two Java source file containing one public class. But the most important thing to be noted is that you must keep the package name same across the two files or the two classes. For example, we have package Java point, we have class A, and we have another file or another class B, and the package name is still Java point. So we must keep the package name similar across the classes. So now let's discuss what is static import feature of Java 5. It means this feature was not included in the previous version of Java. It only came when Java 5 released. Java static import. The static import feature of Java 5 facilitates the Java programmer to access any static member of a class directly. When you want to get access to any static member of a class, then we use Java static import. What is the advantage of static import? The advantage is that when you using Java static import, less coding is required if you have access any static member of a class. What is the disadvantage of the static import? The disadvantage is that it hurts readability and hurts maintainability. If you use the static import feature, it makes the program unreadable and unmaintainable. What is the difference between import and static import? The import allows the Java programmer to access class of a package without package qualification, whereas the static import feature allows access to the static member of a class. So the main difference is that The static import provides access to the static member of a class without the class qualification, without qualifying the class qualification. The import provides accessibility to class and interface where the static import provides accessibility to the static member of the class. When we need accessibility to class and interfaces, we just use import, and if we need access to the static member of a class, then we use static import.